Ever thought about what makes a director controversial? In the realm of filmmaking, controversy often shapes the narratives these visionaries present. These directors don't just tell stories, they provoke thoughts and feelings, pushing against societal norms and expectations. Within this exploration, the spotlight falls on those whose reputations are marked by scandal and outrageous methods. Such filmmakers have built legacies that stand out in bold relief. Common among them is a remarkable talent paired with an unyielding desire to confront authority and break taboos. As we venture into the tales of these directors, we uncover moments of ambition and obsession that have fundamentally altered our experience of film, making us reflect on what art can truly be. Alfred Hitchcock, the legendary British director, is widely recognized for defining the suspense genre and crafting classics like Psycho, Rear Window, North by Northwest, and Vertigo. His filmography is impressive, filled with psychological tension and narratives that keep audiences captivated. He expertly explored themes of voyeurism, guilt, and fear in his work, making him a master storyteller. However, beyond his cinematic genius lies a complicated legacy characterized by control and manipulation. Hitchcock exerted unsettling control over his actors, especially women. His relationship with Tippi Hedren, who starred in The Birds and Marnie, deteriorated into a toxic situation. Hedren revealed that Hitchcock harassed her on set, forcing her into emotionally and physically perilous situations, such as using live birds for attacks during filming. He often attempted to mold his actresses to match his personal vision, dictating everything from their appearance to their off-screen personas. Despite his meticulous directing style and his significant advancements in film, the trauma and exploitation experienced by those involved in his productions invite ongoing debate about his legacy in cinema. Throughout his career, Hitchcock's pioneering techniques in camera angles and suspense have influenced many filmmakers, yet this darker side complicates our understanding of his impact on the film industry today. Lars von Trier stands out as a filmmaker who deeply divides audiences and critics alike. Known for his powerful and often harrowing storytelling, he has crafted movies like Melancholia, Dancer in the Dark, Antichrist, and Breaking the Waves. These works showcase a unique brand of filmmaking that is raw, bleak, and intensely personal. He co-founded the Dong 95 movement with Thomas Vinterberg, which aimed to reduce cinema to its simplest form by eliminating special effects and focusing solely on the narrative and character development. This movement illustrates his rejection of Hollywood's polish, favoring a truer and grittier approach to storytelling. His on-set methods have drawn criticism, as he often pushed actors to confront their emotional depths, sometimes leading to accusations of manipulation and abuse, particularly from Björk regarding her experience during Dancer in the Dark. Von Trier's behavior has also sparked controversies outside of his films, with moments such as his 2011 press conference at Cannes, where his remarks about Hitler caused significant backlash, resulting in his expulsion from the festival. Nevertheless, his films remain integral to discussions about cinema, compelling viewers to reflect on the complexities of the human experience, while his controversial methods prompt a debate on the boundaries of artistic expression. William Friedkin stands out as a key director in 1970s American cinema, known for his intense dedication to realism that often took his films to thrilling yet perilous levels. His landmark film, The French Connection, showcased a famous car chase sequence captured without official permits, endangering lives in the quest for authentic representation. By the time he created The Exorcist, Friedkin had established a reputation for his unconventional and often extreme approaches to filmmaking. He pushed boundaries so far that he would fire guns on set to elicit genuine reactions from actors, sometimes physically jolting them unexpectedly to enhance performance. This high-pressure environment proved detrimental for many involved, leaving lasting emotional scars. Ellen Burstyn, for instance, suffered a permanent back injury during filming, and conditions were so harsh that actors often worked in freezing temperatures to achieve desired visual effects, like breath visible in the cold. Friedkin's radical techniques sparked both admiration and criticism, prompting discussions about the responsibilities of directors to their casts and the ethics surrounding artistic sacrifice. His legacy remains that of an audacious innovator, yet it serves as an urgent reminder of the fine line between creative brilliance and reckless endangerment that can emerge in the world of cinematic art. Despite his artistic genius, Roman Polanski stands as a polarizing figure in cinema. He directed powerful films like Rosemary's Baby, Chinatown, The Pianist, and The Ghostwriter, which showcase his masterful storytelling and ability to weave complex themes. His works often explore deep psychological horror, intricate narratives, and poignant portrayals of historical events. Nevertheless, a shadow looms over his legacy due to the 1977 incident, where he was accused of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl. After pleading guilty, Polanski fled the United States, avoiding sentencing, and creating a long-standing divide in public opinion. On one side, fans celebrate his contributions and Oscar-winning films, arguing he should be allowed to create after time in exile. On the other hand, critics condemn him for avoiding accountability, insisting that accolades for his work are unjust. This discussion raises significant questions about the intersection of artistic talent and moral responsibility. Ultimately, the battle over Polanski's legacy mirrors greater societal debates about forgiveness, whether creative brilliance can shield a person from their actions, and the complexities surrounding accountability in the arts. Embracing the unconventional, John Waters emerged as a key figure in the world of underground cinema. Known as the Pope of Trash, he shattered expectations and norms with his bold and provocative works. His film Pink Flamingos gained notoriety for its graphic content and explicit themes, challenging audiences to grapple with their own responses to societal taboos. Waters' approach to filmmaking was marked by a fearless exploration of bodily functions and social norms, pushing the envelope in a way that few dared to do. This audacity resonated deeply with marginalized communities, providing them a voice and a space to be seen in the often stifling landscape of mainstream media. Alongside his shocking visuals, Waters inflected his narratives with satire, skillfully critiquing American culture, suburban life, and the absurdity of conformity. His later works, exemplified by Hairspray, showcased a polished style, yet they retained the underlying rebelliousness and critical eye that defined his earlier films. Waters became known not just for his films, but also for his distinct persona, characterized by a pencil-thin mustache and a sharp sense of humor. He emerged as both a cultural commentator and an advocate for outsider art, igniting discussions around censorship and the importance of inclusive narratives in storytelling. While opinions about his work vary, with some viewing it as groundbreaking and others criticizing it for its provocative nature, John Waters' influence is undeniable. His ability to blend social critique with entertainment redefined cinematic possibilities and expanded the conversations around queerness, transgression, and artistic expression. He challenged the definitions of what cinema could encompass, leaving an indelible mark on the landscape of film that still sparks dialogue today. Stanley Kubrick, revered as one of the most visionary directors in film history, stood out as a paradoxical figure, embodying both brilliance and controversy. His films, celebrated for their innovation and philosophical depth, include masterpieces such as 2001: A Space Odyssey and The Shining. These works are noted for their stunning visual composition and complex narratives that explore deep existential themes. However, beneath the surface of this genius lay a relentless perfectionist whose methods raised significant ethical concerns. The harrowing experience of Shelley Duvall, while filming The Shining, exemplifies the emotional toll Kubrick imposed on his actors. Reports indicate he isolated her and subjected her to an exhausting number of takes, pushing her to her limits. Similarly, Malcolm McDowell's recounting of filming A Clockwork Orange highlights the physical damage he endured, including harm to his eyesight, which further illustrates Kubrick's obsessive drive for control over every aspect of his films. This unwavering pursuit of an ideal led to remarkable cinematic achievements, but also sparked conversations about trauma and ethical considerations in filmmaking. Critics ponder whether the extraordinary quality of his films can truly justify the psychological scars left on those involved in their creation. While his admirers laud his dedication to artistic vision, the human cost of his methods remains a troubling point of contention. Kubrick's legacy continues to cast a long and complex shadow over his monumental impact on cinema, influencing generations of filmmakers while simultaneously raising questions about the price of artistry. While Woody Allen is widely regarded as an influential figure in American independent cinema, his legacy presents a complex picture. Known for films like Annie Hall, Manhattan, Crimes and Misdemeanors, and Midnight in Paris, he crafted stories marked by neurotic wit and existential themes. His work often delves into intricate human relationships and moral ambiguity, which have offered audiences unique perspectives on life's absurdities. Despite this artistic success, Allen's personal life has drawn significant scrutiny, particularly due to allegations of sexual abuse and his controversial marriage to Sunye Previn. These matters have sparked intense debates about whether a creator should be viewed independently from their personal actions. As society's views evolve, this situation has led to a division among audiences. Some choose to separate the art from the artist, while others argue against celebrating his work. With cultural standards shifting, Allen's ongoing narrative serves as a key topic in discussions on art, morality, and the legacies public figures leave behind. Flamboyant and fearless, Ken Russell was a British director who made a lasting impact on both Hollywood and British cinema. Behind cinematic landmarks like The Devils, Women in Love, and Tommy, his films pushed boundaries and often shocked audiences. Russell's work was known for its unapologetically surreal elements and themes of sexuality, religious symbolism, and the complexities of the human psyche. His 1971 film, The Devils, exemplifies this boldness. It faced censorship and banning in many places due to its explicit portrayal of religious ecstasy and institutional corruption, making it one of the most controversial films in history. His approach was abrasive, marked by a fierce temper and a strong desire for creative control, leading to conflicts on set with actors and crew members alike. Despite this tumultuous personality, Russell's style influenced many modern filmmakers. While some view him as a visionary ahead of his time, others see him as an erratic provocateur whose style sometimes eclipsed his considerable talent. Brian De Palma is known for his provocative works like Scarface, Carrie, Blowout, and Body Double. He became famous for being a ruthless perfectionist, transforming film sets into intense environments where pressure was high and every detail mattered. De Palma's unique style intertwined psychological suspense with graphic violence and sensuality, often pushing boundaries both in content and how films were made. His attention to meticulous framing and innovative techniques, like split-screen effects, demanded countless retakes and placed immense pressure on his cast and crew. Actors have frequently noted that working on his sets was emotionally taxing, with De Palma isolating performers or withholding crucial details to elicit genuine reactions. This emotionally draining atmosphere raises questions about the balance between artistic vision and the psychological toll on those involved in the process. While his films are celebrated for their striking visuals and raw intensity, the methods he used have sparked discussions about the lasting effects on young actors, particularly in traumatic scenes. De Palma's legacy thus stands as a complex intertwining of brilliant artistry and ethical questions surrounding the cost of such creativity. Exploring the life and career of Bernardo Bertolucci reveals a complex figure in cinema history. His films often delved into significant themes such as power, sexuality, and politics, showcased beautifully in masterpieces like The Last Emperor, The Conformist, and Last Tango in Paris. However, it is Last Tango in Paris that remains a focal point of contention. The film, released in 1972, stirred up massive controversy not just for its explicit content, but particularly due to a disturbing scene involving butter. This scene was filmed without the informed consent of actress Maria Schneider, leading to widespread outrage. Schneider shared that she felt humiliated and violated, unaware of the scene's specifics. Bertolucci justified his choices by emphasizing authenticity and emotional spontaneity, yet his admission that he intentionally withheld information to capture a true reaction attracted severe criticism. This incident forced the film industry to reassess power dynamics, prompting discussions about ethics, informed consent, and the psychological well-being of actors. Despite his accomplishments and Oscars for epic storytelling, the shadow of this unethical decision persists in discussions about creative boundaries and human dignity. The journey through the lives of the most corrupt directors in Hollywood has opened a window into the complex world of filmmaking. Each director portrayed in our video has left an indelible mark on the industry, often through unconventional or even scandalous means. Their stories intertwine ambition with controversy, challenging both audience expectations and industry standards. By breaking taboos, they invite both admiration and criticism, forcing us to confront the moral boundaries of art. While their methods may be questionable, the impact of their films can be profound, encouraging conversation and debate about creativity and responsibility. As we reflect on their legacies, we recognize the thin line between genius and madness. The world of these directors reveals much about our society's values and beliefs, illustrating how art can provoke change or simply entertain. Their narratives continue to resonate, reminding us of the power of storytelling in various